Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month. Get up, get up, get up. Stanley Cup race is on. Yeah. Some old school Bone Thugs and Harmony from my fellow puckheads out there. The month of March is finally here. I love the month of March. On a personal note, it's my birth month. My date of birth, March 18th, 1985. But to every hockey fan out there, the month of March is the most pivotal month of the season. It is the final full month before the regular season ends. So the next 31 days will definitely be spectacular. And the race is going to intensify. It's going to be close and gritty. And they're close and gritty right now. Let's look at the Atlantic. The four of the teams are tied for first place. But however, the Panthers have a game in hand that makes them the first place team. Both the Panthers and Lightning have 78 points. And of course, the Lightning are coming off playing for the Cup. They were in the final last year. And I can't believe the Panthers are doing this well. They've been mostly a bad team since their existence. Matter of fact, ever since going to the final in '96, they haven't done anything. But they could win their first division title since the 2011-2012 season. And we all remember that season. They won the division. They won the old Southeast Division. But they were beaten in the first round by the eventual Eastern Conference champion New Jersey Devils. So you have the four of the teams on top, 1-2. Detroit, with their overtime win over Dallas, they surpassed idle Boston for third place in the Atlantic. And Boston's now in the number one wild card position. It's them and Pittsburgh. And it's them and Pittsburgh. Philly is right behind them, 69 points, 3 points out. The Devils are 5 points out. And look at the Metropolitan Division. Washington, I don't know what they're trying to prove. They are running away with this. They have 94 points entering March. That means they could possibly get over 120. Who knows? But they're way ahead in the Metropolitan. The New York teams are 2-3. Rangers, then Islanders. It's basically a race for home ice in the first round. And Pittsburgh's right behind the Islanders for third place. They want to get the third and avoid playing first place Washington. That's how it would end. They would play first place Washington, and the New York teams would face each other. Something I wanted last year, but Washington ruined that by beating the Islanders out. Let's go to the West, and it's a close race for the top three in the Central. You know, Chicago and Dallas tied with 83 points. Same number of games, but Chicago has one as more non-shootout wins. They're the first place team. The Blues are right behind them, 81 points. That's going to be close. And what's with the Blackhawks? They're getting players. They won the Cup last year, and they're still getting players left and right. It's amazing. It's amazing. They're like, they don't need these players. They're trying to be more monstrous than they already are. This is going to be very, very scary. Thankfully, the Avalanche are getting players too. We got Eric Jelena, for the Devils, and we traded for Michael Bodker from the Coyotes. We traded Alex Tanguay to get him, and as an Avs fan for years, it kind of breaks my heart that we traded Tanguay again. This ending his second stint with the Avalanche. His second stint began in the 2013-2014 season, and he scored his last goal for the Avs in that outdoor game against the Red Wings. And he's a stalwart member of the Avalanche. He played a pivotal role in our second Cup. I'll never forget this. June 9, 2001, Game 7 against the Devils. The Tanguay scored 2 goals in that game. One the first, one the second. The Avalanche went on to win 3-1 to win our second Stanley Cup. Tanguay is in Arizona now, but he'll always be a member of that Colorado Burgundy, not only to me, but to every Avalanche fan out there in this country and in Canada, everywhere. So, with that I say, Alex, thank you. And Tangs for the memories. The Avalanche are still in the playoff position, hanging on to that second wild card spot by 2 points over Minnesota. We play Minnesota later tonight. And and it's Nashville and Colorado hold on to the wild card spots. Nashville has a 5-point lead. We have 3 games against Nashville left, thank goodness. So we can make up some ground really quickly. Of course, we need some help. No one's beating Nashville but us. I don't get it. The Pacific Division. It's the California teams dominating, of course. LA, Anaheim, San Jose, in that order. The Kings are in first place, 78. Anaheim 76, San Jose 74. It's going to be a close race in this state for the rest of the season. The Ducks actually beat the Kings on Oscars night, so it should be very, very interesting to see where this goes. If the season actually ended, we're in the second wild card spot. We'd stay in the Central. Nashville will be the ones crossing over to the Pacific Division to play whoever wins that. So it should be interesting, and I have to address this. It's March 1st, and no Canadian team is in a playoff position. It's shocking. It's been 46 years since the Stanley Cup playoffs have featured no Canadian teams. There are 7 Canadian teams in the NHL. 5 of them made it last year. The year before, only Montreal made it, and they reached the East Final. The 5 Canadian teams that made it last year, none of them reached the conference final. And it's frightening. Well, to sum up what's going on, let me sum up what's going on with the Canadian teams with a familiar tune. Oh, Canada, what the hell's going on? All 7 teams by late March could be gone. The Alberta teams are train wreck. The Jets are crashing down. The Maple Leafs are a hot mess. The Canucks are big fat clowns. The Habs and Sens are also out of the scene. Oh, Canada, oh, what could this possibly mean? No Canada teams in the Sweet 16. I worked on that for 2 days. I had to pick the right lyrics. I had to change them in my head because certain things in the standings changed. At one point, the Canadian teams, at one point a few days ago, the 4 Canadian teams in the Western Conference, they represented the bottom 4 in the West. And one of my lyrics is going to be the Western Conference, about the Western Conference's bottom 4 being all Canada. It's ridiculous. Canada hasn't won the Stanley Cup since '93. There hasn't been an all Canadian final since '89. Calgary over Montreal. Since '93. The Canucks were the last team to reach the final in 2011. Since '93, the Canucks have reached the final twice in '94 and 2011. The Flames reached in 2004. The Oilers in 06. The Senators in 07. Of course, none of them won. Of course, the closest Canada came to a cup. In the five finals that featured Canadian teams, 4 of them went 7. The '94, the 04, the 06, and the 2011 final all went 7. The 07 series was short, 5 games. The Ducks dominated Ottawa. So Canada's teams are in trouble. Canada is in trouble as far as sending teams to the playoffs. And I still can't believe I sung that. I had 2 musical numbers. I had 2 musical bits in this video. I can't believe it. But yeah, I thought of that for that little old Canada ditty for the last couple of days. Keep in mind, that was not to offend anybody. That was not to offend our neighbors to the north. My intentions were to detail my intentions were to detail the turmoil that's going on. I mean, all Canada's teams are out of the loop, unless Ottawa or Montreal or both teams, but most likely it'll be just one of them, makes a late run like the Senators did last year to get in. There'll be no Canadian representation in the Stanley Cup playoffs. And I said, first time since 1970 this will happen. So that'll be so that's gonna be chaotic. That's gonna be chaotic. It should be interesting. Like I do hope one team gets in. One team needs to get in. I mean, you can't have Stanley Cup playoffs without a Canadian representative. Doesn't matter who it is. Hell, I'll sell for Vancouver as much as I can't stand them. But Ottawa seems to be the best option at 66 points. They have the best record among Canadian teams. Ottawa 66, Montreal 65, Vancouver 60, Winnipeg 56, Calgary 56, Edmonton 53, Toronto 52. And so who knows what could happen. Ottawa has 3 teams ahead of them, but they're behind Philly, who's the number 1 bubble team, by 3 points. So anything's possible there. They could climb past at least Philly like that. It could take all of a week and a half tops. So anyway, so that's my introductory to the real March Madness, the Stanley Cup playoff race, to push for the playoffs, as NBC Sports Network calls it. I'd like to end this video with a shout out to Totally Amanda, who sings better than I do. I've heard her voice. Hey there, beautiful. How are you? I'm gonna send you this video as soon as I'm gonna send you this video, and I hope you enjoy it. You'll probably get a good laugh out of it. So that's that, and look for more of these videos in the coming weeks. I'll post one. I will post one after the Sunday games end, because with me, every week in hockey starts on a Monday. So until next week, my fellow puckheads.